So in this video I'm going to go over my setup that I use for most of my videos, and then I'll do another video on the second setup. So to start off, my main rig that I use is a Peavey Vypyr 40 watt 1x12 modeling amp. So right here we have two different dials of effects, and it can also simulate different instruments. And then it simulates several different amps. And it also is not just an electric guitar amp. You can use it with a acoustic electric and a bass guitar amp. And we have all of our equalizer over here. And you also have the ability on this amp to plug it into a computer and record straight into the computer, or control the amp through the computer. And then down here, the signal chain for that amp, I run it through an ABY box with two guitars running into the one amp, and the signal chain then goes into a my polytune pedal. I also have the foot controller for the amp also. It either has the ability to use as a volume pedal, or it's a wah pedal with the ability to use the pitch shifter and a couple other effects. And you can switch through all the different presets on here and use the looper effect, while having the ability to turn the stomp box effects on and off and the delay on and off. So that's the main rig, and then I'll do another video on my second one that I don't use that much. And then I'll do another video over the guitars, and I'll do another video playing through each different setup. My different presets that I use on my main amp. So I'll start off with my clean channel. I'll play through it and then I'll talk a little bit about it. So for my clean tone, since this is a modeling amp, I'm using a twin. It's one of Peavey's amps that they've made. But I have my pre-gain turned all the way to max. I have my low about 3/4 of the way. My middle is between 3/4 and a half. My high is between all the way and 3/4, and my post gain is between half and 3/4. And then I'll go over to my crunch tone. I'll play through this one and then I'll talk a little bit about it. So what I'm using for this, I'm using the Buddha. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it's one of Peavey's amps have made. So the pre-gain is all the way maxed. The low is about 5. My middle is 3/4, and my high is centered at 5. And my post gain is about between middle and 3/4. And then I'll go over my high gain channel. So this is more of my rhythm channel, and then I have a lead channel after this, but I'll play through the rhythm and go over that one. using for this is the 6505 amp with my pre-gain maxed, my low maxed. I have no mid on the equalizer. My high is about 3/4, and the post gain is about 3/4. And now I'll go to my lead channel. Now on my lead channel, I added more reverb and delay. So I'll play through it and then go over a little bit of the equalizer. So for my lead tone, it's pretty much the same as my rhythm tone, except for I added in a tube screamer to give it a little bit more of the harmonics. And then it's using the 6505. The equalizer, the pre-gain is maxed, the low is maxed, the middle, there's no mid. High is about 3/4, and post gain is about 3/4. And then I'll go into my second set of presets. For the first one, it's just my same clean tone. Second's just my lead. Third's the high gain, and then I have a different crunch for fourth. I'll play through that one and then go over it. Now this channel, it's not quite high gain, but it's not quite crunch either. And you can get some really good leads with a lot of good harmonics on it. But starts off with a tube screamer, and then I use the Butcher amp, as it's called. I use pre-gain maxed, the low is maxed, the mid is about 5, the high is about 3/4, and the post gain is about between middle and high. So that's pretty much everything I use for preset wise. And then I'll do another video going over my other setup and all my guitars.